Hey friends, the reason I'm making this video today is because I have been extremely disturbed mentally for the past 15 days because of the disaster that has struck Chennai and other parts of South India. Whenever like this happens, that is floods, earthquake or any of the natural disasters, I feel extremely helpless. I feel like doing something for the people there, but again, in the current scenario, the roads are closed and the airport entry point is closed, so I personally cannot go to Chennai to help anyone there. My heart really goes out to the people who are going through this extreme pain in Chennai. Well, they don't have food to eat, they don't have fresh water to drink, and I can only imagine what could be the situation of kids and infants there because everything is flooded. All the stores, all the supermarkets, everywhere. Many people have lost their homes, cars, their businesses, stores. This is the highest amount of rainfall that Chennai has received in the last 100 years. So, well, it's beyond words the damage that the city has taken, and I can only imagine what poor people would be going through. Let us take a look at a few photographs which would give you all an idea of the extent of damage. So, friends, as we all know, that there's nothing much we can do about the power of nature. But I have a couple of requests for you all. That is, number one, please try and donate anything possible to the people of Chennai, especially the poor people, because getting their lives back together would be an extreme challenge for them, and even the smallest help would be greatly appreciated by them. As I am unable to go to Chennai and help people there, what I would be doing personally is donate whatever amount of money I can. Well, even 100 rupees would mean a lot because a collective effort would generate big results. So I would be donating some amount of money to a trusted charitable organization. And the second point, friends, that is, as I already said, that there's nothing much we can do about the power of nature, but there is something that we can do, that is, be prepared for it. Floods have created a major disaster in many parts of the world, and it can happen to anyone, and it can happen without any warning. So, friends, here are a few points that I thought about. Whenever flooding happens, we can still be alive by moving higher ground. That is, if we have a multi-storied bungalow, we can go onto the first floor or the second floor and still be alive there and wait for help. But sometimes help could take a few days to arrive. And if we have infants or kids at home, we would still need food, water, electricity, and medical supplies. And especially if we have senior citizens at home, then the essential medical supplies that they would need on day-to-day basis would mean the difference between life and death. So, friends, we need to prepare ourselves. And by that I mean is we need to have enough supplies at home at any given point of time to last at least for 2 months. Why I'm saying 2 months is that the flooded water could go down in a week or in 10 days, but even after that, where will you go and buy food from? Because the whole city would be practically destroyed, and we need to be self sufficient to protect ourselves, our family, and also some neighbors if possible. At any given point of time, we need to have enough stock of non perishable food. By non perishable, I mean food that can last without being in refrigerator and that can be cooked and eaten later on. Something like rice grains, cereals, pulses, which should be stored in waterproof containers and they should be kept on the higher floor. If you have a two-story building, keep it on the second floor. Also, how would you cook this food? Because well, you cannot depend upon electricity in flooded conditions, and the LPG gas cylinders that you have at home could run out of gas in a few days or a few weeks, correct? So you need to have enough firewood or coal stocked at home. And I say coal is much better because coal can be reused, and also if it gets wet it can be dried and used in a pretty short span. Unlike wood, if it gets wet it takes a long time to dry. And you need to have milk supply for kids and infants. So stock milk powder in waterproof containers, tin containers, and these things can last a very long time and you can just put boiled water into it and still stay alive for a very long time. And also stock drinking water, friends. I know it is easier said than done because water takes a huge space to store, but stock as much as drinking water as possible. And now you need electricity. Well, I'm not saying that you need electricity to watch TV in these kind of crisis conditions, but you need electricity to light up a basic LED bulb or a fan so that you could be safe in the night, because in the night we need light to see where we are walking. It is extremely important. Now, friends, how do you do it? How do you generate electricity so that you can be self-sufficient when the whole town is flooded and the electric lines are submerged underwater? Well, it is pretty easy these days. All that we need to do is buy a basic solar panel, not a very expensive one, but you get a product from Tata, also from a few other brands, which is a single solar panel which generates about 250 watts of electric power. I mean, using that you can charge a DC battery, a 12 volt battery, and connect a LED bulb and also run a fan on it by inverting power. Something like this, friends, what you're seeing on your screen right now. And now about medical supplies, friends. Well, not just the most important medicines that we would need on day-to-day basis, but we would also need to stock emergency disinfectants, because when flooding happens, a lot of water could enter your home, and with water it could bring in dead animals and a lot of dangerous viruses or bacteria or whatever. And last but not the least, friends, that is, we all have a very, not a bad habit, but we have become kind of lazy with the luxury of ATMs, that we never really keep any cash at home. Most of us go to ATMs and withdraw cash only and when required. But imagine if your city is flooded and, well, the ATMs would not work. And if you need cash for any purpose, what would you do? Correct? So always keep some amount of cash at home, a few thousand rupees at least. This would really help you in crisis situations. And friends, when flooding happens, well, remember, the first biggest blow that happens to all of us is our cars get flooded because they are parked at ground level. And, well, we depend on the insurance to repair the car or get us a new car. But remember, many of the insurance companies, they do not cover nature's act or act of God. So before you buy an insurance policy, do check the terms and conditions if they cover nature's disasters. So that is it from my side, friends, and all I'm asking you to be is prepared. And let us hope Chennai and other parts of South India get back to normal and life goes on. Thank you. Bye bye.